I just do? Okay. Am I recording? I think I'm recording. Alright, I almost got run over by a moped. That happens a lot around here. Alright. I am standing in front of my hostel here in Hanoi. Yeah, I know. I'm having a hair day. Spent the afternoon at my favorite coffee house because I had finished looking at all the current posts for English teachers. I've been in Hanoi for 5 days. Yeah, I'm having hair issues, that's alright. I guess I'm doing this out of desperation to keep myself amused. And now I'm under a overpass and you can't even see this. YouTube. Blowing too much time watching YouTube, which wasn't an issue before, but now I'm running out of ideas and I'm realizing I rely a lot on YouTube. So why not take it to the next level? Make it a genuine hobby. And if sometime in the distant future it could become more than that, all the better. But right now, here I am. Let me give you a shot of this. This is Hanoi. And I don't know. I don't do this, so I don't know if I'm catching any of this. Yeah, someone's waving. Probably didn't see that. It's Friday. I can't even tell you what time it is. Not too late. I'm an old fart and I don't stay up too late. But mopeds around here, they make up their own rules as they go along. Sidewalks here are not really for walking. They're for people to set up little restaurants and vending stalls. And they're parking lots for mopeds most of the time. And sometimes roadways for mopeds. But you won't find that too often unless you're in the bigger metropolitan areas. This is the old quarter. So there are too many vendors on the sidewalks, so the mopeds have to resign themselves to just using it as parking lots. And this is just one corner of the old quarter. That's, I don't know if I can catch that. Hold on, let me see if I get directly. I'm not good at aiming this thing because I don't do this. That's a Vidmart behind me. Let me see if I can get this. No, I think the light's blocking it out. Maybe not. Anyway, that's a Vidmart. That's like a mini grocery store. They come in various sizes. I've been to the larger one. Had to catch a bus to get to that one though. This is the more common sized one. It's like a large convenience store. And as far as I can tell, it's the only place I can get fruit where I know the price on price before I actually get a hold of it. Or you can get a set price for it. Everything else is negotiable around here, which makes me feel uneasy because I'm not used to bartering or haggling, which is part of the culture here. So getting fresh fruit is a challenge for me. I've had to resign myself to just dealing with Vidmart. Circle K Also, let me see if I can show you a Circle K. They're all over the place here. I have to do this without getting run over. I don't think I can. Hold on. Alright, the secret to crossing the street is just to cross the street and let the mopeds go around you, because they will not stop for anything. Okay, here we're going. Going down. I don't know if I'm catching any of this. Am I catching any of this? I don't know. This is one of those little local restaurant. This is what the sidewalks are here for. See? Here's another. Attach that. Okay. I don't know if I'm catching any of this. I'm just walking along, and this is just, I know, it looks wonderful. It smells even better. I cannot, the first evening here, I was eating my heart out because the food is, if I'm going by the smell, it's delicious. But of course I don't speak Vietnamese, so I'm kind of like eating my heart out watching all this. I've had to resign myself to sandwich shops, because at least they have menus for foreigners I can point at and say this. And I'm on a strict budget. I haven't worked out the details, but I'm just kind of have that in my mind. And I try to stay below 35,000, which sounds a lot, but it isn't. I'm not quite sure what that comes to. Let's see, if 400,000 is 20, 200,000 is 10, 100 would be 5. So that tells you what 30,000 would be. Whatever, it's cheap. So where am I now? Well, I suppose that's not coming out backwards, but I'm seeing it like that. Hanga, excuse me. Okay, here we got, looking down this street. Trying to see what it is I'm catching on this. I really don't know if any of this is coming out. All right, you see this guy with the bicycle? I don't know if you can see that. It's coming down the street. There we go. Yeah, 100,000 dong. That's if you don't get completely ripped off. That's exorbitant for the price of transportation here, but it's actually pretty reasonable, though a lot of people will complain about it. I don't think there's too much to complain about. First night I grabbed one of those things, but then again I was lugging 2 very large suitcases, or at least trying to roll them down these sidewalk, which is not even. You have to go on the street most of the time to push one of these things down. And that bicycle guy and the thousands of other bicycle guys, well, they saved this person, little Heine, let me tell you. My luggage is massive, so that was a definite blessing. All right. This is not an exaggeration. This is actually lights traffic. During the day, you are squeezing between mopeds. And actually they're ratio-wise, there are not too many cars. But the amount of cars is continuing to increase, obviously making traffic worse. Alright, I know I'm going to get hit today. Well, I tell you what. Okay. I'm just going down. I don't know what I'm catching, if I'm catching anything. Here comes another bicycle guy. And I'm waving him away. They're very persistent as far as trying to get your attention to you know, generate business. But Madame is not interested in blowing 100,000 K every other minute, and they would have it no other way if they could work it. All right. It really doesn't take any time at all to get to a Circle K, but again, I'm not used to holding this thing, and I don't know if I'm catching anything. I'm just trying not to get run over. Okay. I don't even know if this battery's going to last, but I'll just keep on going. Alright, I'm not really focusing on any particular Circle K. I just know if I keep on walking, I'll come across one. Alright, here we got a wonderful person on their moped. And there is a Circle K down there. Of course there is. You don't really have to be very choosy about what street you pick. You just pick one and keep on walking. You'll come across one. Right now I'm trying to hold this thing and not get run over, and that's about all I'm focusing on. So, I don't know if I'm aiming at anything or if I'm just catching the pavement. Again, I'm just trying not to get run over. Every once in a while I'll look at the screen. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Can you see the Circle K yet? I'm looking at it. Hold on. Let me see if you can see it. I'm looking at it. I don't know if I'm aiming it at anything. You see that? I have no idea. Okay. We're just going on. Again, I've been in Hanoi. I think this is my 5th day. I had already done my resume and all that kind of good stuff. I've just finished my TEFL course back in the States before leaving. I was actually in Thailand for about 2 weeks, but decided I'll opt for Vietnam. Might get into the details later on about how that came about, but whatever. Okay, I'm not going to talk very much. I'm just going to walk through the aisle. And this kid is going to get crushed. All right. All right. Tell you the truth, he's giving me the thumbs up there. He's a great kid. All right, these kids are amazing. I don't know how they have nerves of steel. I've seen babies, families talking on this. There's a guy on the cell phone. I don't know if I'm aiming it right. Father in the front, baby in the middle, mother in the back. And it just gives me a heart attack. And I'm sure in a few days I won't even okay, I'm just going to walk through. I'm not going to talk very much. This has become my lifeline. They're open 24 hours, 24/7. I'm going to walk out here. I'm not trying to cause any trouble. They are my lifeline. They're open 24/7. And the larger one down Is this Hanoi? I think like 2 blocks down here, and then maybe 1 or 2 blocks over is the one I've ended up favoring because it's the largest one I've seen. It's got seats. They sell combos. I'm completely addicted to caffeine, so I've got to have my coffee. Most places don't open until 8 o'clock, and this little this mad old Cuban lady would go crazy if she had to wait that long for coffee, so that wouldn't work. But these Circle K's, and you can't walk 3 blocks or more than 4 blocks without coming across another one, thank God, are my lifeline, my coffee connection. I'm not going to describe one of the mornings I had a couple of days ago when I couldn't get coffee until the afternoon. That was a nightmare. But I think I've worked out most of the bugs as far as how to structure my day so that never happens again. Again, right now I'm just playing with this camera. This crazy idea of developing this hobby has just come up out of, I guess, desperation. I don't know. I'm trying not to get run over. Okay, here's another restaurant. It's usually locals. The foreigners usually prefer more, well, I don't know, a fancier arrangement, I suppose. But I think the locals eat a hell of a lot better than the foreigners. I know their food smells a heck of a lot better. It's awesome. Again, I was eating my heart out the first day just watching this. But no, it's going to be a while before I'm able to secure that level of, okay, trying to make sure I don't get lost. Okay, Hung Bai is actually the road I tend to take. I'll show you a shot of that. This guy on a bicycle. How old-fashioned is that, huh? Okay, here we are. Let me see. I can get this. Quieter. So, it's actually very quiet. I didn't think it was that late. I don't think it is that late. I don't know why the traffic is so light. I gotta double check the time. I know I've been watching videos for a minute, but I don't think it was that long. Oh, let me see what time it is. Is this thing? I don't know. I don't have a... I'm gonna check my... I'm gonna give you something to look at as I go for my watch here, or timepiece. Yeah, it's only 7:30. 7:37 p.m. And it's Friday. It's I think a couple of days after Christmas. So, I don't know. The next big holiday around here is going to be New Year's. So, I know the traffic may seem rather congested, but it's not compared to the daytime. Trust me on this one. I'll certainly show another video on that. You'll see what I mean. Mopeds, pedestrians, cars, everyone goes on the roadway. And again, the sidewalks are for everything but walking. They're stalls for merchandise, restaurants, and moped parking lots. This is nothing. I've lost track of my hostel more than once because all the mopeds that were parked in front of it. But I've only had to climb over mopeds once. That was a particularly busy day. All right. Again, I don't know what this looks like. I don't know if I'm catching anything. But this is my brief intro into my new hobby. Here's another local place. Wooden tables. Again, these little establishments seem to be the bread and butter of Hanoi. The fancier ones have wooden tables, but the ones with the best food seem to have plastic tables and chairs, and only the locals eat there. And before I've had my breakfast, I tell you, I eat my heart out even now, because the food smells incredibly delicious. I don't know how else to convey it, but I'm pretty darn sure they eat better than any dang foreigner in this city. So for whatever it lacks in flashy furnishings, it more than makes up for in the quality of food. I don't want to interrupt anyone's. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if you caught that or not. But the food smells wonderful. I darn well know the locals eat better than the foreigners around here. But anyway, they lack the fancy furnishings, but they're getting the better food. Boy, I tell you that much. Okay. And I do my best to control myself because this food smells delicious. All right. I'm working my way back to the hostel. Again, try not to get run over. Here we go. And you just got to keep on walking. That's nothing. That's nothing. Believe me, you are squeezing between the mopeds during the daytime. This is very, very light traffic. As a matter of fact, it's one of the lightest I've seen it so far. I'll do another video during the day. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This is nothing. The streets are virtually empty by comparison. Okay, I'm going back into my hostel, but I don't want the lack of privacy and everyone, anyway. So, that's my first Hanoi video. All right. I guess me and my hair will end it there. I'm going to have to cut that part out. I actually shouldn't have ended it like that. But I suppose I'll get practice. All right. That's it.